Greetings, warrior. Yes, I'm speaking directly to you. How do you begin your day? Do you wake up and immediately reach for your phone, endlessly scrolling before your mind has even cleared? If this sounds familiar, listen closely. You're handing over control before your day even starts. Most people wake up and instantly grab their phones. Their minds become hijacked by notifications, social media, news, and the endless noise of the outside world. From the very first moment of the day, they surrender control of their emotions, spirit, and intellect. Now imagine the 1% who start their mornings with complete intention. No scrolling, no rushing, no impulsive reactions, just silence, presence, and inner clarity. They don't wake up to chaos, they wake up to command. They own the morning, and because of that, they own the day. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you rise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Yet why do so few live this way? Because most have forgotten that the morning is your sovereign realm. It's a sacred space to master or to lose. Those who let it slip into noise, emotion, and chaos merely chase the day rather than lead it. But those who master their morning steer their emotions and choices. Ultimately, they master their life. This video is a call for you to join the 1%, not because you're better, but because you refuse to live beneath your potential. Ancient Stoic philosophers didn't just get through the day, they prepared for it. They didn't wait for motivation, they created action. They didn't ask, "What will today bring me?" but rather, "What can I bring to today?" In this video, I'll share 7 morning principles inspired by Stoicism, rarely practiced but powerful for those who do, granting complete control over their lives. These aren't just tips for morning routines, no gimmicks, no tricks. These are principles of spirit, emotion, and soul, rooted in Stoic philosophy, designed to make your mornings sacred, purposeful, and your life unstoppable. Follow along as each point builds on the last, awakening you in different ways until you see morning as more than a time. It's the foundation of your freedom. Keep this affirmation in your heart. I own my morning. I own my life. Like this video, share your thoughts below, and pass it on to those who need it. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications. Let's begin. First, wake up with discipline, not motivation. Most wait for the right mood to act in the morning. They think, "If I feel inspired, I'll rise early." Or, "If I'm in a good mood, I'll work out, meditate, or plan." But Stoics don't wait. They act regardless of feeling. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "When the dawn breaks and you find it hard to leave your bed, remind yourself, I must work as a human being." It sounds simple but holds profound truth. Life's purpose isn't to sleepwalk through it, but to live it fully awake. The first secret of the 1% is this: they rise with discipline, not mood. They don't argue with themselves or negotiate with the alarm clock. They simply get up. No drama, no excuses. Here's why it matters. The first decision you make each morning is a vote for the person you aim to become. When you hit snooze, you choose the weaker version of yourself. When you rise on time, you choose the stronger one. You're not just waking up, you're practicing your identity. This is the heart of Stoicism, living as who you are meant to be. Not just feeling disciplined, but acting disciplined, especially when you don't want to. This builds inner momentum. Over time, your mind grows stronger than your emotions. Your body follows your mind. Your energy obeys your will. Even on days you feel tired, anxious, or unmotivated, you rise because you promised yourself you would. That promise builds self-trust. And once you trust yourself, your power multiplies. So, how do you start? Set a fixed wake-up time and guard it as if your life depends on it. Don't press snooze, not once. When you wake, get up immediately. This sends a clear message to your body. It's time to move. Speak a strong affirmation out loud. For example, let's go. Today is mine. If you can silence that weak voice inside at 5 a.m., you can conquer it anywhere. You step into the world claiming your first victory. Most people haven't even opened their eyes yet. Your morning doesn't need to be complicated. Consistency is what matters. Remember, you wake not because you feel like it, but because that's who you are. Leave this affirmation in the comments. Discipline is my alarm clock. Second, master your first hour in silence. When you wake, who's in control? Is it you, or is it your phone? Notifications, someone else's drama, most turn over. Unlock their screen, and immediately let the world flood in. Before their feet touch the floor, their mind is already hijacked, scrolling, comparing, reacting, and just like that, they've lost the entire day. But those who live differently choose the opposite path. They begin their day in silence. No music, no messages, no distractions, just quiet. Epictetus once said, "If you want to grow, be willing to appear foolish about external matters." In other words, don't worry if silence feels strange. Don't fear falling behind, because in that quietness, your strength is forged. Your mind is supple in the morning. Open. What you absorb right after waking sets the tone for your whole day. If the first thing you take in is noise, you might carry that chaos with you all day. But if you gift yourself just 10 minutes of peace, you give your brain a chance to breathe, refresh, and focus. So what do the most steadfast men do? They sit up in bed, they close their eyes, they feel their breath. They listen to their thoughts without chasing them. They ask themselves simple yet profound questions. What energy do I want to bring today? What would my best self do this morning? This is prohairesis, the inner freedom the Stoics speak of. It's the power to choose your response no matter what life throws at you. Try it tomorrow morning. Before reaching for your phone, just sit quietly. Do nothing. Simply be with yourself. You'll be surprised how, over time, you become less reactive, more creative, and stronger. Even when chaos follows, you'll pass through it like a calm storm, because this morning, you didn't let your time be stolen. You owned it. Silence isn't emptiness, it's space for answers, control, and power. Truth is, clarity never comes from noise. It always comes from within. Leave a comment if you're ready to guard your peace. Silence gives me control. Number 3, face the new day before it begins. Let's be honest, life rarely follows the plan. You might have prepared a schedule, a to-do list, the right mindset. But suddenly, something breaks it all. Someone says something foolish. Plans fall apart. Traffic jams. Emails ruin your mood before 9 a.m. Here's the truth. Most people let those moments destroy them, but the Stoic prepares to embrace them, not out of pessimism, but because they are ready. There's an ancient Stoic practice called premeditatio malorum, thinking ahead about the bad that might come. It sounds grim, but it's not pessimism, it's rehearsing life before it hits. Seneca said, "Those who foresee troubles rob them of their power." If you anticipate hardship, it won't knock you down when it arrives. You'll face it like someone who's been there before. The most steadfast don't just survive the day they foresee what might come. They imagine what could go wrong, not in panic or anxiety, but with calm and clarity. Maybe someone will interrupt me. Maybe I'll lose patience in traffic. Maybe someone will misunderstand me. Maybe I'll feel tired or insecure. Then they ask, how will I respond when it happens? This is how emotional strength is built before the battle even starts. Here's a simple exercise you can try. Right after your morning silence, ask yourself, what might challenge me today? What feelings might rise that I need to control? How will my best self handle those moments? You can write it down or think quietly. Either way, it's powerful because when life unfolds as usual, you won't freeze or fall apart. You've rehearsed in advance. You don't react impulsively. You respond with wisdom. This is the heart of Stoicism, not controlling life, but mastering yourself within it. This mindset grants a calmness others rarely find. You enter meetings grounded. You face delays without anger. You listen to criticism without breaking. You maintain your composure. That is your strength, not perfection. Not fake positivity, but readiness, because you've met the day before it even started. And that gives you the edge. Leave this affirmation if you're ready, not to let life catch you off guard. I am prepared. I do not panic. Number 4, anchor yourself with the Stoic morning reminder. Every great leader, warrior, and philosopher has something they return to each morning. A core principle, a foundational truth, a reminder of who they are. Ordinary men wake up and forget who they want to be. The Stoic wakes up and remembers. Marcus Aurelius journaled daily not to impress, but to steady himself. His words were personal reminders to live strongly and calmly. You control your mind, not external events. Understand this, and you'll find strength. That's your morning anchor, the truth you repeat each day before the world tries to scatter your focus. This is why it matters. Each morning, your identity is fragile. Before emails, opinions, and pressures flood in, you must tell yourself who you are, or the world will decide for you. Those who live with clarity and control use this method. They create or choose a Stoic mantra and repeat it every morning. It's not just motivation, it's the very foundation. It brings you back to your true self. Consider these powerful examples. I cannot control what happens, only how I respond. Today is a gift. I won't waste it on chaos. The most important thing today is how I hold myself. I don't live to please others. I live in truth. You don't need 100 affirmations. You need only one guiding truth. Repeat it out loud. Write it down. Make it your compass. Because when you wake up anxious, confused, or lost, it's usually because your mind has no clear path. It's wandering. But if you start with clarity, that clarity becomes momentum. You approach every task with purpose. You face challenges with balance. You become calm under pressure because your mind stops guessing. It's anchored. Next time you wake up, Try this. Sit quietly and repeat your chosen Stoic truth 5 to 10 times. Speak it with strength. Let it echo within you. Don't just say it, become it. Over time, this becomes your mental armor. When life shakes you, this reminder pulls you back to your power. If you don't remind yourself daily who you are, the world will cloud your mind. Don't let that happen. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I anchor my mind in truth. Master your mind before the world steps in. Your mind is most vulnerable in the first hour after waking. So ask yourself, who is the first to reach your mind? For many, it's strangers online, uncontrolled news, meaningless conversations, opinions that diminish them. But Stoic philosopher Seneca said the unhappy man convinces himself of his misery. Instead of letting the world shape you, shape your mind first. This is why reflecting with Stoicism or journaling is the most powerful tool in the morning routine of the top 1%. Here's how. Right after grounding your mind in stillness, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing down your thoughts. Not for anyone else, but for yourself. Ask, what am I feeling right now? What must I let go of? What am I grateful for? What virtue will I practice today? Patience, courage, discipline. You don't need to fill pages, just a few lines of truth. This creates a private space of self-awareness where thought meets honesty. It's a reminder I control how I think. I don't carry yesterday's burdens into today. I don't absorb the world's energy. I create my own. In just a few days, you'll notice your mind sharpening. You'll see what triggers your loss of control. You'll react with less emotion. You'll recognize anxiety creeping in. You'll choose better thoughts. Faster. This is how Stoics build mental strength, not by ignoring feelings, but by understanding, analyzing, and replacing them with wiser thoughts. That's why the wise 1% don't just wake early, they use the morning to master their inner world. If you don't govern your mind, the world will exploit it against you. Remember, you weren't born to be a slave to moods, impulses, or distractions. You were born to lead your mind like a king rules his kingdom with clarity, patience, and discipline. Use these first moments of the day to assert your sovereignty. Leave this affirmation in the comments. I lead my mind before the world interferes. Number 6. Move your body to awaken your mind. A Stoic knows body and mind are allies, not separate. When the body is lazy, the mind follows suit. When the body is alert and strong, the mind rises with it. That's why the mentally elite never start their day without movement, not to flaunt abs or impress, but because motion is the first act of self-respect. Marcus Aurelius asked himself, were you made to curl up under warm blankets? This is no self-judgment. It's a call to action, a reminder that the body is built to move, to face the day, to work with strength, not to indulge in laziness. Truth is, you don't need 2 hours of training to excel. You need momentum. You need movement. You need to signal to your brain that we weren't born for comfort. We were born to lead. Why is morning movement so powerful? Because it changes your state instantly. Blood flows. Your heart pumps. Energy surges. Your self-image sharpens. The fog lifts. The weak part of you that wants to stay in bed starts to die away. Stoics see physical exercise as willpower training. Epictetus taught that discipline of the body is discipline of the soul. The first steps, push-ups, stretching, even a cold shower, it's not about fitness. It's about control. You prove to yourself, I do hard things even when I don't want to. That's leadership. That's mastery over self. Most people never train their willpower. They train comfort. They train weakness. Then they wonder why their life feels so fragile. Here's your challenge every morning. Move your body for just 10 minutes. Stretch. Do push-ups. Jump in place. Walk silently. Splash cold water on your face. Or take a cold shower. No need for intensity, just intention. Because your body is not a mere detail in this journey. It is your tool for cultivating discipline. And when you train it each morning, you step into the world feeling invincible. Having conquered something before breakfast, leave this affirmation in the comments. I act with discipline. I conquer my day. Number 7. Practice embodying the man you want to become. The final secret of the emotionally strong 1% isn't what they do, but who they become. Each morning, before facing the world, they visualize the person they want to be. This isn't pretending, it's living with purpose. The Stoics call it living according to nature, fully aligned with your values, reason, and highest self. Seneca once said, "We don't have little time to live, but we waste much of it." Wasting time isn't just about scrolling endlessly or watching videos. It means living without intent, reacting by habit instead of reflection, being pulled along rather than leading the way. So, here's what the top 1% do each morning before their day begins. They ask themselves, how would my best self act today? If someone filmed me all day, would I be proud of my words, my movements, my control over emotions? Where do I need to be stronger today, and how will I face that challenge? This is mental training. You're not predicting every step but shaping your identity. Try this. Picture yourself entering work or school with calm energy. Imagine staying composed during conflict. Choose patience over anger. Speak clearly and confidently. This sets a mental pattern, like rehearsing before the real performance. When life tests you, you've already prepared. That's why this matters. Most get swept away by the energy around them. The Stoic creates that energy. They enter chaos and remain calm. They respond to aggression with strength. They meet fear with action. They don't fake it. They train this every morning. Over time, this identity roots deeply in your mind. You become strong, unshaken, truthful, and purposeful. You don't just have good mornings. You build a great life. Many dismiss the morning like it's insignificant, but the wise know it's everything. How you wake shapes your mindset, mood, momentum, and meaning. If you don't own your morning, someone else will. If you don't control your thoughts early, chaos will fill the space. If you don't discipline yourself before sunrise, life will do it for you, and it won't be gentle. Stoics aren't just philosophers, they're warriors of the soul. They don't waste time or mornings. They live with intentional repetition, reminding themselves daily of what matters, who they want to be, and how they behave, whatever life brings. Here's a summary of the 7 morning secrets of the successful 1%. 1. Wake up with discipline, not motivation. 2. Conquer the first hour in silence. 3. Face the new day before it begins. 4. Anchor yourself with a Stoic reminder each morning. 5. Master your mind before the world arrives. 6. Move your body to ignite your mind. 7. Practice the model of the man you want to become. These aren't tricks, but tools for transformation. Don't try to do everything at once. Start small, but start today. A small morning change can alter your life's trajectory. You don't need perfection, just awareness. True awareness of your values, actions, and mission. Let today be the last day you wake, as you always have, and the first day you wake, as the 1%. Like this video. Share the truth that resonates with you. Pass it to someone who needs to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe. The Stoic lessons continue. Leave this final affirmation in the comments. I wake as the 1%. I lead my life with Stoic strength.